6 a.m. I'm trying to get out here and get some coffee, smell the city. I smell the city, gives me an edge. Get up around 5, but then leave the house at 6, just to step out and see what the city's saying. We just earlier on just knocked out that Super Bowl, put that in the bag ASAP. So forgive me, I'm still cranky, so my voice might be crazy, but number one, we're thankful to God for Sunday service, All-Star Sunday service with the whole Super Bowl Valentine vibe. It's Valentine's Day today, so all this love around, it's cool, beautiful. We're thankful for the love of God in our lives. That's important. That's really important. Let me see. I believe let me see, let me do this. Sometimes I have to get up in the morning, a couple times a week, smell my day, just smell my day, smell the city, see what's going on, right? There's a thing called disco I use sometimes. It works. It's called disco. Disco. Oh, it's inverted, right? Disco. So it's very cold. It's got like a silver tip. Silver tip. I use it just to cool my eyes. Take these bags off my eyes. Tiredness or sleep or whatever to get up. I try to use moisturizers because my wife, but the moisturizers I use is in my hands right here. I don't use moisturizer in my face. I don't think that BS, but sometimes you help yourself out and you just help yourself out a little bit. I'm not sure I applied enough, so let me do it again. So I feel like women that do make up in traffic lights. That's how I feel like right now. So I'm catching on my feminine side of Valentine's Day. That's cool. I'm man enough to do it. Some guys are shy to use care products. But look after themselves. I never used to do that until I got married. Like I got no business worrying about my face or all that nonsense. Man, I just stay cool. But now, I'm mature enough to see that you only have one body. You don't have two. You don't have to preserve this body. Dude, I'm not sure if this is coming out. That was when I get home serious. It's actually coming out. But anyway, hope you guys are going to have a great week. I hope that you guys have a great week. That all the things that you planned for today happen. I do have a lot planned for the next week. The American Film is going down. I'm learning so much about just people and marketing and understanding the economics of that, like making sure you really understand that everything we do is about people. People would raise you up or bring you down. You have to call people on the phone. You gotta speak to people. You want something to happen, you gotta really invest time in putting people in place to get things done. Things need to get done. We all have goals. We all have things we should be doing. So I believe that it's a privilege to wake up in the morning and smell your day. Sniff out the day. Like sniff out who's missing in the picture. Who needs to come into this picture? Who needs to leave this week? Who needs to exempt themselves from their mouth so you can get things done? What are distractions of the week? They project into your week, your month, your year, your morning, your day. Get into it. Like face off. You should have already petitioned the day, like earlier, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. prayer. But when you settle into the day, you now taking on the day. You should take on the day early so you can study and maximize the opportunities of the day and also optimize your performance throughout the day. I think me waking up, go to Starbucks or 7-Eleven, getting a cup of coffee or tea, that doesn't wake me up. It just adds an extra flavor of the city. Say hi to the guys, see what's going on. Maybe we'll get a quick tamale. But I get to smell the city, I get to see what's going on. I don't exempt myself. I don't live a luxury. I don't live a life that's too luxurious. I think it's important to bring into position how you will live the day and just how all that will happen, right? I think that we should know how that could work. Like, you kind of do these things to make sure that things are worked out properly. That you can understand how you're going to perform during the day. It makes a lot of sense. Get some coffee real quick from here. I'll continue this in a minute. So, just got back in the car, got my coffee. It's funny. The LAPD opened the door for me. And, bad boys, I don't know, but 7-Eleven has a lot of police department choppers, just all the bad boys, all the gunners. So it's interesting, like when every time I see police department guys, right, and I see LAPD or NYPD, whatever the case might be, any armed forces, every time I see them, hey, sorry about that. My, what do you call it? YouTube is always catching me on a copyright claim every time. But I guess if it's less than 8 seconds, there's no problem, right? So, well, yeah. The LAPD is here heavy. And I think they're out just to keep... They wake up early too, so I get to see them. I get to hang out, say hello, in the morning when I see them. I get to see them in the morning when they come out, and they look at them. They pay attention to the city too. They watch the city. They're watchers, So, but when they see you in the morning, when the LAPD sees you at 7-Eleven or Starbucks in the morning at like 7 a.m. or 6 a.m., one thing is for sure. They know you don't play around. Everybody you see that early in the morning walking around trying to get some coffee, they're usually not playing around. They're about their money, they're about their business, they're about seriousness. So right away they see me pull up in that Benz and they're like, yo, okay, I see you play. So our conversation is not about brutality, escalation, Black Lives Matter. We're doing that. We're way past that, man. It's a different thing. Everybody has their guns, so we're all good. They're on your place and know what's up. Everybody's clean, respectful, ultimately, And I'm glad for that, because that came with age. That came with age and just respect for self, I think that once you move in a certain way, and especially with the grace of God is around you, it makes things move in a different way, So it felt good for them to open the door, because the cops, they're human beings. They're no level. There's levels to all these things. Like Mick said, there's levels. So when the cops opened the door for me, I couldn't get the door, so they got there before me. But they opened the door for me. I waited as I came from my car. I walked in. So that's respect, right, to them for respecting me. You know what I'm saying? So, but any well-formed, well-managed human being that's in uniform would act right. It's only those that have an issue from where they've come from, they're the ones that have issues with the world. So when you wake up dope, you go out there, you act dope. When you wake up restless, you got the trigger happy. So it depends on how you get up. If you get up with God in your heart, you're gonna be rocking God, dripping all day with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That's if you wake up business, you're gonna act business. You're gonna be acting business all day. So I look at this. Why I drive around is two things. One reason is to wake my mind up for the week. I get up early. And then the second thing is, I smell the city. As I'm smelling the city, what does that mean? That means I'm looking at for rent signs, for lease signs. I'm looking at how the city is feeling. The city has a heart. The city has a soul. The city has a heart. The city knows. Sometimes you can see a city suffering. You can, during recession, you see one of the places where you can feel the city's suffering. You can feel the city's pain from how the city is behaving. I can read that. I can read how a city is looking, wretched, happy, abundant, sad. I get to smell the city, smell the city, to see how the city is feeling. Every city has a temperature. Every city has a temperature. I sometimes go to a luxury car. Sometimes I go in a regular car, like a Kia Optima. I go in my regular Kia, so I can see how I'm perceived in that Kia. It's so different when how you perceive in a Mercedes-Benz. Two different things, and there's a certain feeling you get when you look at people and they see that you're successful, or you look at people and they see that you're not successful. Those two things have two different behavioral patterns. Those two things behave differently. And we got to just observe these things and see how they roll, because these two things don't act the same. How people perceive you. People smile more at you when you seem successful. When I wake up and I'm not rushing nowhere, they know that's success. Then we ain't clocking in nowhere. So they see that, they know, people know. And then they also see you when you're in work mode, business suit, sharp tie, trying to get it, right? So they see those modes, right? And when people see that, they tend to not to, I'm just gonna go wash the car, I'm not going anywhere far. I'm just gonna go take the car wash to this. But people know when you are not like in balance, or your synergy is not right. In other words, your synergy or your energy is not right. You're not syncing properly. You can tell when you're off sync. You can tell that. You can also tell when you're in sync with life and everything that's happening around you. Because you can lose control. You can very easily lose control of your whole grip on life and how life is treating you. You can lose that control. So understand that this life has different things that balance it out. The different parameters that help you balance life out. And when you lose that, it's very evident. People can see that. And so that's the key. The key is to remain in balance. I've said that, and I'm gonna shut it down. It's just waking up in LA after Super Bowl. This is a very small thing. I'm gonna cut this off. Now, having said that, there's a second part to this that I want to talk about, but I can't talk about it in the same content. I want to shift gears and move into a different tape so that we can talk about this in a different tape. All right? Okay. Good morning, everyone. I need sunglasses, but I'm not gonna put them on because what I'll be talking about now is not something I need to look stylish for or look sexy for. I'm trying to get it. I need to talk about this. I'm going up at the bank over here so I can handle some business. But after this bank, I'm going to get this car washed and I'll be ready for the day. I got meetings this morning. Meetings everywhere. We're thankful for the luxury of these meetings. And we are so grateful for the outcomes. And God bless you for being here. When I come back, I'll be talking about Regina King.